Let's take a look at the chart action for Dogecoin. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. We haven't looked at this chart in a while, but it's been kind of going sideways in my opinion, or kind of going down and up, or it has an uptrend and a downtrend. We have support right here and support right here, and we have resistance right here, right here, and right here. Let's do some trend lines. We have a top trend line, maybe something like this, and then a bottom trend line going like that. In general, what I'm doing is waiting for a breakout to the upside or to the downside out of this triangle pattern. I think if we break the trend line going one way or the other, maybe we could drag from the top to the bottom of the triangle and drag that to the breakout, either going up or down. I think the other thing that I'd be looking at, if we could break this trend line going to the upside, are the previous resistance levels. This one is sitting at around 0.301, and this one is sitting at around 0.341. We got a quick pump to the upside. And actually came up to that level right here, just a quick wick, and then came back down really fast. So this level did cause some resistance right here as well. The other thing I'm watching is we have support right here, and support right here. I think this is the other trend line that I've been watching lately. This one going like this, and it's been kind of just going kind of pretty volatile actually. It's been kind of going up and down in this area right here. I'm curious if this is going to break to the downside though. It's been testing it, and we got resistance right here and resistance right here. I'm also kind of watching this trend line in the shorter time period, maybe something like that. I think if it breaks to the downside, we could look for previous support levels. One right here, and one right here. This one is sitting at around 0.235, 237. This one is sitting at around 196, 195. This one is sitting around 170, 171, somewhere around there approximately. Let's take a look at the moving averages. Okay, so we're on the daily time frame right now, and the price has kind of been going in and out of the 9 moving average, actually in and out of the 9 moving average over here. The 180 moving average is coming in right here. The 9 moving average is the blue line. We could zoom in and you can see it a little bit better. The price is just breaking below it and above it, below it, above it, below it, above it. It's just been going in and out like crazy. You can see that we have the 180 moving average right here. The 180 moving average has been doing something similar. We broke below it, then we broke above it, broke below it, broke above it. I mean, we didn't even really break above it. We just kind of wicked above it right here, and it looks like we're kind of under it right now. Let's jump up in time frames and see what else we can see. So on the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame looks similar. We broke below it, broke above it, below it, above it. Now we are actually above it on the weekly time frame, which is a good thing, and we are getting support on it, which is also a good thing. So that's pretty good. As well, if we jump over the monthly time frame, you can see that we have this 9 moving average coming in right here, and we are still above it on the on the monthly time frame. I think if we break this 9 moving average going to the downside, then that's going to be a bearish signal. Just depends. Like in those other charts, it was going in and out of it, so it's possible that it just kind of comes down real quick and then we go back above it. But I would rather be above the 9 moving average than below it. I think being below it is a bearish signal in my opinion. Right now we are above it on the monthly, and we're barely above it on the weekly. It does look like we're holding support on it, which is what I like to see. I'd rather see us hold support on it than to get resistance on it. That's why I say it's better to be above it than it is to be below it, because if you're below it, you're getting resistance on it and you're waiting for a breakout to the upside. Look right here, right when we broke through it, we got a nice big green candle. When we broke it going to the downside, we got a bunch of red candles. Broke it right here, bunch of green candles, or like a nice little bull trend, should I say. So yeah, that's just why I like to watch the moving averages, specifically the 9 moving average and the 180 moving average. Let's jump over the Dogecoin to Ethereum chart. So this chart looks kind of interesting. This is the weekly time frame. The daily time frame looks like it's kind of a little different. We have like some big spikes up here, but I think the weekly time frame looks a little more like, I don't know, clean. So we have like a top right here, and then we have like a downtrend. Let's do some trend lines. We have resistance and resistance, basically just a resistance line in general like this. What I'm looking at is if we could break this resistance line going to the upside, that's going to be good for Dogecoin. Basically, if this chart is going down, you're going to be wanting Ethereum. You're going to want to be in Ethereum. And if this chart breaks to the upside, you're going to be wanting to look at Dogecoin, or Dogecoin will be doing better than Ethereum if it can break that trend line. I like watching this chart just to see if we could get a break in trend lines. Once we do, then I start looking at one coin more than the other. Right now, Ethereum has been leading over Doge since this area up here, and that's why I'm saying if we could break it going to the upside, maybe some of that Ethereum money will go into Dogecoin. Right now, we are not really seeing any signs of breaking it, or even maybe support. Like, there's not even really green candles on here, but this is a big downtrend, and we can watch this trend line to wait for a breakout. We have some support down here, and I'm not sure if it's going to go all the way down to these levels, but we are still getting red candles, and we are still under this trend line. Until we break this trend line going to the upside, I'm going to assume that it's coming down pretty much, but I will be looking for a breakout. Maybe we're going to come down here. This level is sitting at around 0.00002758, meaning 1 Dogecoin equals that amount of Ethereum. Okay, so while I was editing it, I just saw something I forgot to tell you guys. We also have support right here. We have support right here, and it looks like we have a little bit of green candles right there. Let's do another downtrend, maybe something like this, or maybe a support line, should I say. Maybe something like that, possibly. So this kind of looks like a falling wedge, which is actually a pretty good thing. This is actually why I wanted to look at this. So yeah, I mean, if we're in a falling wedge, if we could get a breakout to the upside, like I said, what I would probably be doing is targeting this area, or possibly this area. This target would be target number 1, and this target would be target number 2. So let's see if we get to break this trend line going to the upside. If we do, that's going to be good for Dogecoin. It's not going to be great for Ethereum, or, well, it's just going to mean that Dogecoin is outperforming Ethereum, basically. That sounds kind of silly because I like Ethereum better than Dogecoin, but as you can see on this run up here, Dogecoin has outperformed Ethereum in the past, and if we could get a breakout, and that's why I watched this chart, if we could get a breakout on this trend line, then it can do it again. It's possible that it breaks to the downside and Ethereum goes on a big run, and Dogecoin stays going sideways or something like that, but let's watch this trend line and see if we could get a breakout to the upside. Maybe some of that Ethereum money will start going at Dogecoin if it breaks to the upside. Let's jump over to the Dogecoin to Bitcoin chart and see what that's looking like. Okay, so we're on the Dogecoin to Bitcoin chart, and here's what I've been looking at. We have a downtrend very similar to what's happening with Ethereum. It's just a big downtrend like that. And we also have a similar kind of falling wedge, something like this. I had also been watching this support and this support with a horizontal line, kind of something like that, and we broke that going to the downside. So ever since then, I was kind of worried, or I was kind of looking for, I don't know, I was just kind of wondering when we were going to get support and start moving back up. It does look like we got a green candle right here, started moving up, but we got rejected and started moving back down. In general, it does look like we're holding a little bit of support right here. Right now, we're getting another green candle. Like I was saying on Ethereum to Dogecoin, if we could break this trend line going to the upside, that's going to be good for Dogecoin. This chart is Dogecoin to Bitcoin, meaning if this chart is going down, that's good for Bitcoin, and if this chart is trending up, then that's good for Dogecoin. It hasn't broken out yet, but it looks like we're getting close on both of these charts. And a falling wedge is a pretty bullish pattern. We just need that breakout to the upside. Let me know what you guys think. So yeah, going back to Dogecoin, this is the main thing that I'm watching. We have resistance, resistance, support, support. I'm watching this triangle pattern, and I think on the weekly time frame, we got like the cleanest pattern going on. So this pattern might take a while to play out, which is, I don't know, it might be kind of boring, and we have some space left to go, maybe a couple more weeks before we have to break out to the upside or the downside. It's possible that we just trade in this area for a while longer. If we drag these to the end, we can kind of get an idea where it's possible that by when we can get a breakout. This is like mainly the only kind of time estimate I can do. And this looks like it's in February of next year, around, I don't know, yeah, February of next year pretty much. We could possibly be in this thing till February. We have low volume. We've been getting low volume ever since this area. This whole little pattern right here has been nothing but low volume. So we're going to want to see if we could get some either buying volume or if that selling volume comes in. It'd be nice to get some good fundamentals, like maybe an Elon tweet or, I don't know, some sort of Doge hype, because it seems like a lot of hype is more into Shiba than it is Doge. I'll probably be taking a look at Shiba pretty soon because that chart looks slightly interesting as well. I just did a video on Cake. Check it out right here. I started playing around with Cake and Pancake Swap. just because I wanted to kind of learn a little bit more about DeFi. But the technical analysis on Cake is right here if you want to check that out. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.